Good evening, Committee and Council. I'm Kathleen Mallory, the Planning and Sustainability Manager. I'm also joined here by a representative from the Clean Power Alliance who is available to answer questions you may have on the Power Ready program. The City joined the Clean Power Alliance in February of 2018. The CPA is a community choice energy program which allows the City to procure electricity from another provider other than Southern California Edison. Procurement of energy in this fashion is commonly known as a community choice energy aggregation program. It allows cities and counties to aggregate the buying power for individual electricity customers within their jurisdiction in order to secure energy supply contracts on a community-wide basis. The CPA purchases the power and sells it to enrolled customers, while Southern California Edison continues to provide delivery services, including grid maintenance, as well as meter reading and billing. The goals of the CCA program include increasing the amount of renewable energy provided to residents, creating a local energy, green energy jobs, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and providing greater public accountability in the energy decisions, generally at a cost savings compared to Edison. Another overall goal of the CPA is to pursue community solar projects in disadvantaged areas. Although not a subject of this report, over the next few months, you'll be hearing a bit about the Power Share program designed to place solar panels in disadvantaged areas of Ventura County. The Power Ready program offers CPA member agencies the opportunity to host a solar and battery storage system at a critical facility in their jurisdiction. The goal of the CPA is to install one project at each feasible member agency location. In exchange for hosting this energy storage system, the agency will regenerate solar savings, which the CPA will use to pay for the power purchase agreements that the CPA will enter into with a third-party project developer. The city will simply continue to pay our monthly bill, but instead of paying for energy and demand costs, the city will pay the CPA for the storage and solar use. The program will keep the city's monthly bill cost neutral. Bills will not be any higher than they would have been without the system, and in fact, they could potentially even be lower. The CPA will contract with the financier to fund all of the CPA Power Ready program sites as one aggregated portfolio of sites, and the CPA will pay the power purchase agreement costs on behalf of all of the member cities. The criteria for enrollment in the Power Ready program includes that the facility must be enrolled in the CPA program, it must be considered a critical facility, it must use substantial energy for operations, it should have good solar orientation and sufficient land area, and should have good roof integrity to support rooftop solar installation. The CPA approached the city and asked for 5 potential sites. The city identified these, and which were previously summarized in the report. These include the Service Center, the Oxnard City Hall, the Oxnard Main Library, the Performing Arts Center, and the Police Building. The Service Center was determined to be the most appropriate location for the solar and battery installation. The site was selected because it can support a good-sized solar photovoltaic system, or PV, to help the CPA pay for the cost of the battery and PV equipment. It was also selected because the roof could support a large solar PV array, and the site hosts critical city functions. The Oxnard Service Center can host slightly more PV capacity than the second choice, which was the Oxnard Main Library. The library represents a very good number 2 site, but the rooftop installation and roof integrity is anticipated to be problematic. Additionally, carport PV installation was considered, but installation costs do not make financial sense when considering the viability of the adjacent service center. The CPA consultant eliminated Oxnard City Hall and the Oxnard Police Station in the analysis also, because these sites cannot support PV arrays as large as the service center or main library. This image provides a conceptual solar layout for the service center. The proposed battery storage would be located in close proximity, potentially in the parking lot. The CPA consultant would determine the best location when they come out and conduct the site inspection. The most notable benefit of the city's participation in this program would be that the system is free. The city could also expand the emergency operations in the service center building with installation of this system. The conceptual sizing of the battery installation is to provide approximately 20% of the energy capacity for emergency backup in the event of a power outage. The battery project would provide at least 4 hours of backup for critical loads only that are defined by Oxnard, though the city would likely have the ability to extend that time frame through active load management of critical loads. What this means is that the city can choose to use the backup energy power when we decide, if there is an event determined by our city that requires load shifting. Should the committee and council support continued evaluation and enrollment of this site in the Power Ready program, the site visit would occur this summer. The city would be required to sign a memorandum of understanding for participation in the Power Ready program. This MOU would be in effect for the term of the power purchase agreement that the CPA would enter into for the development of the system. The expected PPA terms are 20 years, and the PPA typically does have termination and buyout clauses. Council would also review the PPA. The city and the CPA would initiate a lease agreement through a memorandum of understanding for use of the property in the fall of 2021. The contractual agreements that the city and the CPA would enter into for the development of the system would be also approved by the CPA board. And it's currently anticipated that the earliest that construction of this system could start would be in Q3 of 2022. Staff's recommendation is that the Community Service, Public Safety, Housing, and Development Committee, as well as City Council, support the continued evaluation of participation in the Clean Power Alliance Power Ready program for the installation of solar rooftop photovoltaic and battery storage to support the building operations and emergency operations at 214 South C Street, known as the Service Center. This concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions.